Okay, so here we have a sequences question. It does actually say it's a sequence question, and it wants you to express in terms of n the length in centimetres on the nth side. So you basically need the nth term. Okay, so it's showing you the first 10 sides of the spiral pattern, and it's giving you the first 5 side lengths. So if we know it's a sequence, what we would do is start off writing the numbers. So 1.5, 3, 5.5, 9, and then 13.5. And then we should find the difference. Nth term is always about the difference between. So it goes up 1.5, and then it goes up 2.5, and then up 3.5. You see a pattern now. Up 4.5. Okay, it's not going up in the same amount, but it is going up. The second difference is going up in the same amount. So the difference is here. It's increasing. I like to put a little plus by 1. Okay, so what we have to do with this when it's a quadratic, we know it's a quadratic because it's got a second difference is the same. We have to half this second difference. So half of 1 is obviously half, and that is going to be our n squared value. Okay, so we know it forms the half n squared sequence. Okay, so the n squared sequence is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Okay, let's just separate these a little bit. So that's 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared. Okay, so the first 5 terms of the n squared sequence. Now for half n squared, it's just half of that. So 0.5, 2, 4.5, 8. So let's just do the first few. So here is our half n squared sequence. And what we want to do, we want to take that away from our original sequence. This is our original sequence, and we're going to minus our n squared sequence. So if I just underneath write our n squared sequence under here, 2, 4.5, 8. So we do 1.5 minus 0.5, which gives us 1. And then 3 minus 2 also gives us 1. 5.5 minus 4.5 gives us 1. And then the next one is 1. So actually, if we have the n squared sequence, this one, our sequence is only 1 more than that. Okay, you can see there's no difference here. It's not going up at all, 0, which means the n value is 0. So we've got half n squared, 0n, it's not going up at all. However, to go from, if you think about this, is just, if you just pretend this is just a normal linear sequence, you'll have 0n, and then to get from 0 to 1, you add 1. And this sequence that we've got here, the original one, is basically the same. This one here, it's a little bit messy, sorry about that. This one is the same as the n squared sequence, but just 1 more. See, 0.5 to 1.5, 2 to 3, 4.5, 5.5. So as you can see, this is the sequence of half n squared, and you're just adding 1 to it. So this is my answer. Excuse the colour change, but hopefully you kind of followed that. Okay.